Good morning. Welcome to our morning conversation. This week's preaching lesson is from Isaiah chapter 61, where the prophet says that the Spirit of the Lord is upon me to bring good news, to help, comfort, and remind people that God is present. So I wanted to talk a little bit to my friend here today about a story that he has that illustrates some unexpected good news and God's presence in all stages of life. Christian, why don't you introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about how you're connected to Trinity?
All right, well, my name is Christian, Savastano actually, so a little Italian for you. I got involved with Trinity when I started dating my now wife. We were dating, then I kind of just started going to church with her again. I hadn't gone to church for a while.
Yeah.
And once we were together, then started back into Trinity, kind of fell in love with the church. So one of the things is that I didn't know what I needed until I was there.
Yeah.
So it felt right when I was there.
Right.
So
yeah, it's a warm place, and we've really appreciated having you guys as a part of our community, and it's been really great. So you have a story about a time when things changed a little bit for you, and you weren't quite sure what was going to happen. And well, I'll let you tell it. Go ahead.
All right. So start off. I'd been working in the printing industry for about 5-6 years.
Okay.
But it's a dying field. I didn't have much of a long-term future in that career field just because of the way things are going digitally and email, all that jazz. So I had been praying for a while to find a new career path, for a new, completely different direction for what I wanted to do that could bring me a very prosperous life, but yet not kill myself in the process.
Sure. Yeah.
So it had been a while. I had actually switched jobs between different printing companies and so on and so forth. But then it wasn't until I started dating my now wife and we got engaged. And ironically enough, her parents were great with being prayer warriors for me, trying to help me find that perfect niche, what I needed to find.
Yeah.
And they gave me a lot of resources about things I could do, how I could go about praying, like some things like her parents did, which I think were great ideas, writing down what you wanted from a job and putting it in the Bible. And
wow.
Then just have keeping it there. So years from now, you open it up and look, okay, this brought me where I needed it to be. It's stuff that isn't instantaneous, but it was stuff that put me in the right mindset to figure out what I truly wanted to do for a living.
Yeah.
And then fast forward months later, we're engaged at this point, we're planning our wedding, and her mother procrastinated a little bit with putting our engagement announcement in the local papers. So the funny thing is, when she put it in the papers, we got the Sunday paper that week. I'm paging through, I'm looking for our engagement announcement, and then lo and behold, I get to the classifieds, and I'm like, let me look and see what's in the classified section. And then at the bottom of the tradespeople section of the classifieds, I see the ad for Yarnell Security Systems. No experience needed. Email your resume today. Competitive wages. On-the-job training. It kind of checked every box I thought I needed.
Sure.
So I shot off the email and said a prayer and didn't think anything of it.
Yeah.
A few days later, they get back to me. They wanted me in for an interview. I did the interview, got the job. Now I'm in a career that I love. And I thank God every day for the fact that I'm doing something I love now and can have a long-term future with, because security systems ain't changing. They're just going to get more and more complex and a lot more to learn.
Right. Absolutely. But the fact of them is not going to go away.
Exactly. But as I said, I consider it a godsend just because I had never thought to even look down that road.
Right.
Until it just jumped right in front of me.
Well, and so I take it from your story of reading the classified section that you're not a person who picks up the newspaper every day.
No.
Yeah, right. So you got it specifically for your engagement announcement, and then it's like, oh, look at the classifieds.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, what a victory for the print newspaper industry.
Yeah.
It's also
Yeah.
kind of ironic that you were in
Yeah.
printing before.
Exactly. It's one of those things I just kind of look back and laugh on, and just so happy the way it happened.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, and you said about the writing down what you want and putting it in the Bible, and how that sort of puts you in the right frame of mind or the right mindset, and praying and these things. And I really do think that I don't believe that prayer is magical in the sense that you pray for something and God grants it to you like a genie. I sure. Yeah. I believe that, but yeah, like the idea of putting yourself in the right mindset to be open and receptive to things that come along. You didn't have to look in the classified section that day. You didn't have to be serious about looking at it just flip through and be like, oh yeah, sure, whatever. But you were looking and kind of preparing your heart and your mind for something new. And when something new is put in front of you, you recognized it. You recognize that, like, this is the piece of news that I was looking for, and here it is in the newspaper.
Yeah.
That's what prayer can do. That's what having faithful people like the Kleindines praying for you and helping to push you in to do those things.
Yeah, and my side of the family, like the Savastano side and such, they were also extremely praying for me every day. God has blessed me with a lot of good people in my life that truly care for me, that have always been looking out and praying for me and wanting me to have the best I can.
Yeah, I've had conversations before where people have talked about, finding their people that sort of surround them with that kind of energy and that kind of, encouragement. And that's just, I think in the world, like whether it's our family, whether it's our friends, whether it's, people at church, whoever it is, like what we're all looking for is for not just for ourselves, not just like I want an answer from God. Well, those answers come through other people, and the voice that speaks for God, can be people around us. It can be, people that we live in the same house with. It could be people that, but yeah, just keeping yourself surrounded with faithful people is, I think, part of the recipe for success in life. You've found your place in a lot of ways. You've found your people and you found your place. And
yeah, if you had told me 10 years ago that I'd get married, find my perfect career, and do all that during a global pandemic, I would have never believed you.
Yeah. You would have been like, global pandemic, wait, say more about that. Excuse me, what? So I should start stuff, what? I should move to which island? And anyway, all right, that was an aside. We'll cut that out. I need to start creating a blooper reel of these.
I think everybody would watch and enjoy that.
Yeah, that would be fantastic, I think. So, well, Christian, it's been really great to have this conversation with you today. I'm really glad that things have worked out the way they have for you. Like I said, I'm really appreciative to have you and Laura as part of our family at Trinity. And, thanks for having this conversation with me. And I hope you have a great day.
Yeah, you do the same. This was wonderful.
Right. I'll talk to you soon.
Yep. Bye.